Hello, Yan. How are you? Welcome to the class. How do you feel today?
Very good.
It makes me feel happy. Can you see my face? Can you see me?
No.
Okay,
I,
Yan. So today is an amazing day. Let me just open up my camera and welcome to my class. How's the temperature in Vietnam? Is it cold? Is warm? Is hot? Okay, it's cold like here. Freezing.
it's warm. It's
It's
warm.
warm.
Very
Here,
warm.
did I tell you that today was getting better?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think you didn't, but my sister, no, my cousin told me that.
Yeah, it's getting better. Wow, incredible. I saw many Vietnamese here.
Yeah. Yeah, my cousins
I never
in
knew that there were
good.
so I never knew that there were so many Vietnamese here in America.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's get started with our class. Let me just open up the presentation. And before I open up the presentation, Yan, this question is directed to you. Can you tell me what you and I discussed in our previous lesson?
We talk about infinitive, right?
Infinitive, that is correct. So we were dealing with unit number 2, which I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you to give me 1 second. Meanwhile, I'm opening.
Uh. Okay.
And how was your week?
Very tired.
Very
Next week I
tired.
will have. Yeah. Next week I will have a exam for science.
Science? Oh my God.
Yeah.
But
Too
no
sad.
worries. Science sometimes is good. Most of the time. Well, in my opinion, I like science. Well, I like more experiments. You know, it makes me feel
No, I prefer
happy when
math.
I'm there.
I prefer
Do you
math.
math? Oh,
Yeah, math.
are
Math
you
is
good at
better.
mathematics?
Not really, but I just like that subject. That's my favorite.
Oh, that's your favorite one. So
Yeah.
dealing with numbers. So which means that you have logical reasoning intelligence. Give me 1 second, looking for the materials over here. I think I'm kind of confused. I just opened it and by mistake, I confused the material and I close it. But that's here, no problem. Just 1 little second, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will have to go to the link. No problem. I'm not going to struggle. I'm just going ahead to the same window where I opened the materials. No worries. Everything is under control. So did I say, did I give you a homework?
Yeah, but then I don't know. I don't know how can they different when we change the infinitive. So I want to ask you in this class. Yeah.
No
What
problem.
different?
No problem. I'm going to show you what is the difference. So when to do it, when not. No worries.
Okay.
That's a piece of cake. Let me just open the presentation real quick. We are still in unit number 2. If I'm not mistaken, that also gonna be today, lesson 3, lesson 2C. If I'm not mistaken, I need to check. I have it open right now. And then I was gonna close another student presentation that I close right now. And by mistake, I closed yours. Oh my gosh. Turn around, nah, nah. Every now and then I feel a little bit nervous. I'm sorry about the beautiful voice that your teacher has.
Yeah, it's not your song is good. Your voice is good.
I could be anything else except that singer. So did you know did you know Mount Rushmore? Have you heard about that?
No. What
Do
is
you
it?
know, have you ever heard about Niagara Falls?
No, no.
It's in the border of Canada in the US. You can look for this. It's a
Oh,
big cascade.
oh. I would try to. This.
It's a paradise. It's something amazing.
Okay.
Hey.
I cannot see the screen.
Now it will be opening. I'm just opening the presentation one more time. No worries, just 1 second. Okay, here it
No,
is.
still not.
Okay, just to make sure.
Wait, I still gonna see your screen.
Okay, look at there, Nyan. Sharing the screen right now.
No, still
Here it
not.
is.
Oh, oh my, it's nothing. I see. I see. No.
Okay, so I'm afraid not just so did I talk to you about this in the last class or it was in the last before? Like when I way how we organize the structure of the adjectives plus a verb and
Yeah,
plus a preposition. Did I talk to you in the last
yeah. I
class
thought
about
that
that?
I think that is the last.
The
Yeah,
previous one, the one before.
yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
the one
perfect.
before we talk about the infinitive, not the
Infinitive.
adjective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want
So
to ask that
I'll
what is
cover
different
that.
when we change a sentence?
Okay, let me explain to you what is the difference between the infinitive, all right, and the ing. Is that your question?
Yeah, I want to ask
Okay,
what difference?
let me explain to you. So look at there. I like to see, look at there. So the difference is that usually, most of the time when you use the infinitive and when you use the ing is when you have a verb that goes followed by a preposition. Example, or maybe a verb in some special cases, as we have not necessarily followed by a preposition, but there are some particular, for example, as in the case of go. Okay, let me please go. Okay, I am going. Okay. I'm going shopping today. So you're going shopping. Okay. Or you have another case. Let me go ahead. I like eating food. I like eating food. You have the case of like. In this particular context, you are expressing that you like the action of eating a right food, and it is pretty much the same. It means pretty much the same. I can tell you that it means 90%. All right. Of you are trying, anyone else that is learning English or understand English will understand that 90% in terms of how
Wait, so
similar it is.
what
All
is
right.
different
You get my
between to
point?
eat, like I like
Let
to
me
eat, or I like eating?
Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you what is the difference. When you say I like eating things, you are referring that you like the action of eating these particular things. All
Yeah.
right, you like this action. Okay, you like the action, the attribute. But when you say you like to eat, all right, you like to eat,
No.
which means you like to perform that activity. One thing is
Oh.
you doing that activity, and one things, and the other thing is that you like when this action is being done. Do you do
Okay.
you kind of understand?
Yeah.
For example,
Well,
I like talking on the phone, which means that the activity of talking on the phone, I like it. I like to I like to talk to people on the phone. Maybe I enjoy talking to my friends. But when I say I like to talk to you on the phone, which means that I like to perform this action, which means me taking place, making this real, making it happen. All right. To
oh,
call on the phone.
so
Maybe
that's
I
mean
can
that
say
when,
I like making phone calls. I like making phone calls. All right.
yeah,
But maybe I'm not making the phone call. I'm just like to make phone calls, but I'm not saying that I'm calling. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But if I say
understand.
I like to make phone calls, yes, I like this action of making a phone call. Do you understand what is the difference?
Yeah, understand. Thank you.
And sometimes, something else I need to re-explain to you. Sometimes there are some particular cases in which there will be phrasal verbs, which means compound verbs. That those verbs are followed by a preposition in English. For example, hey, walk, let's go for a walk. Okay, so you may have cases like this okay, that you're going to refer an adjective, and there are some different cases in which you're going to use the gerund this way, ending with ing. For example, I like, I want to go swimming. I want to go swimming. At the end, you have go swimming. And why not saying I want to go to swim? And in English, it will not make sense. I want to go to swim. It's kind of like, oh, yeah, it's understandable, but it's like, sounds like strange, as if it is the grammar of other language plays on English language.
Understand.
Do you understand my point? And that is a way. So then, if in case that you feel yourself as if you are not able to, sorry, to master this particular topic, or if you feel that you have limitation with this kind of grammar, what I'm going to encourage you to do and give you as a homework is to find on Google. You're going to go on the internet online, you're going to use your browser, and you're going to look for the verbs you can use with the infinitive versus the verbs you can use with the gerunds. You want me to write it for you on the
Yeah.
chat box?
No, you can write it
Okay.
in Zalo so I can save that message.
Okay, no problem. At the end of a class, what I do is to write this as a homework, and you're gonna bring me for the next class sentences so that we can compare, all right? Those with the gerunds and those with the with the infinitive, all right? And I will also like you to explain to me what is the difference as well, because you are going to research, all right? Now, let's continue. I think we saw that. We completed this in the previous. So we have a contrast between the past tense and the different type of past, all right? So like a past progressive, simple past, and also past perfect. So we covered those three pasts, and we use it in the context of our exercises, all right? So now we're gonna start with as number 3, lesson 2C,
To see.
culture. Remembering the past. This is today's class. Okay, so what I want you to do now, so since we are going to be remembering the past, those beautiful times, maybe when you used to do something in your life. So I want you to look at the photo. So you're gonna be looking at it, and I want you to, where is this monument and what does it commemorate?
I don't know. What is it?
Any idea? Can you refer about a country? I think there in this monument, it has next to it, like it has some flags of certain country.
I think it's in Europe.
Europe. What
Europe.
country in Europe? Is that
France.
Bosnia and Herzegovina, France, and let me see, Poland,
France. I think
Germany.
France.
In fact, that is the UK. The UK
Oh,
flag.
UK.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you
Oh.
here. Let me show you this one. See this?
Oh, I can see it now. The UK
You see?
flag. Okay.
UK flag. That's right. That is the question for it. Okay. And let's learn a little bit more about it. Okay. So, like I said before, I was showing you where was the monument. Okay, so let me see. So I want you to match the words below with the definitions. So I want you to match the words below with the definitions. Look at there. I'm gonna state one description, all right? And you're gonna tell me what is the word that best match, all right? Let me know once you're ready. Ready? Nyan? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, first one. A person who tells soldier what to do. This person is officer. Great job. Number 2, people who fight, okay, on the same side as you. Comrades. All right, somebody that fights on your same side, on your same, like your support, those are comrades. So let me see. Number 3, a place where soldiers fight. Battlefield. That's right. So can you tell me the example of the battlefield right now at this time? So sad about that. So sad. That's something terrible. What is your opinion about that? And I'm sorry for bringing this topic on the class, which is not part of it. But since we are talking about that vocabulary, this kind of topic will escape from our class due to the relationship there is with the vocabulary and the current situation that we are living. What is your opinion about that? What do you think about it? About this war that is happening now? What do you think about it? I think I'm not able to listen to you. Maybe the
Hello.
internet is breaking. Just a little bit. Give me just 1 second.
I think I just got crashed. Can you hear me? Hello.
Uh,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you well now. So what is your opinion, Jan?
Yeah.
Let me go backwards. I'm sorry. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Just 1 second. Let me see to make sure.
Now. Okay, I can see your screen now.
Okay.
Hello.
So here I am. Okay. So what do you think about
I
that?
think that I don't have nothing to say about this side, but I just want to say that Zelensky is Ukraine president, right? Yeah, I think that he is not very good when he let his country have a war with Russia. If he can talking to Russian people, so no one will be would die and they will have no war. So I just want to say that Zelensky is not a good president. Yeah, that's my opinion. I don't have no opinion for the side US is correct, Russia is correct. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Things we can see here, just sharing more than anything else, not just trying to be partial on like one of the parties, but just to see
Yeah.
the communication of part. What do you think about that? What do you think, in your opinion, could be a potential solution? Things like that. So,
Yeah.
and we have my personal opinion as a teacher, because I have also have friends from Ukraine. Today, I was talking to a friend of mine from Ukraine yesterday as
Yeah.
well, and she also was telling me in regards to support this situation where there are hundreds of people, thousands of people dying
Wow.
just because of the war. People that they are innocent, they have nothing to do with that,
Yeah.
but unfortunately they are paying the price of something that they were not supposed to.
Yeah. That's why the war is very bad. It's
So it's
like
the
the
war
war.
is not a solution. It will
Yeah.
never be a solution for any country.
Communication is the best one.
Communication is the best tool we ever have. And this is what we are learning here in this class, communication. Communication in English, communication to express in another language, and communication that is gonna help you across the language to use it for your own advantage, all right, in the near future, all right?
Yeah.
So number 4, thank
Yeah.
you, Nyan, for your comments. It's very good to hear your opinion. And number 4, people injure or killed in a battle. So what is the name of this in English?
Wait, you're still in the slide. You need to looking back. Can you reshare? I think it freeze.
Let me
Just
see.
finish freeze.
Get freezing?
Yeah.
No problem. I have the solution over here. Can you see it?
Okay, I can see it now. People injured or killed in a battle. So casually, how to spell this word? Casualties. How to spell it?
Casualties.
Yeah, casualties. Yeah, number
Right.
4 is casualties.
Okay. A situation in which countries or groups of people fight against each other.
A war.
War, that's right. Okay. Periods of fighting.
Conflicts.
Conflicts. Unfortunately, that's pretty much red flowers.
Red flowers. Poppies.
Poppies, that's right. So whatever we listen in this exercise, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you listen this vocabulary? Considering what?
I just think about the Ukraine war, Ukraine and Russia.
And Russia. Yeah,
Yeah.
ever since I knew I was gonna teach this, I was like, oh my gosh. So I remember that. So let's go ahead and let's do this exercise. That's the exercise number 3. We are going to listen to the beginning of a radio program about, we're gonna complete the fact file with this correct number. So let me see if I have an audio file over here. Okay, I got it over here. Listen carefully. And here we go.
Lesson 2C,
Can you listen?
Exercise 3.
Other
Yes.
countries commemorate the soldier later conflicts. It's on the 11th of officially ended on the 11th of November 1918. Every year, silence. This tradition began in 1919. There was a 2-minute silence in London. It was a child who had died.
Okay. So on 11th November each year, so the end of World War II, 2-minute silence in London. Hello.
Okay. Let me see. When is it?
Okay.
When is it? When is it? On?
11th November each
I
year.
think it's breaking up a
No,
little
it's-
bit.
Hello, it's on 11th November
The
each
11th
year.
November.
It's
Yeah. What? Why that date?
It's the anniversary of the end of the World War II, World War One. Right.
What happens at 11 a.m.?
A 2-minute silence.
2-minute silence. When was the first silence? In
London.
1979.
19.
Okay, that is for evaluation when you're gonna take a test. All right, when you have a test or when you take a test. All right, I want you to read the exam strategy. So we're gonna read it together. I want you to read the questions and the options in the exercise number 5. Okay.
Okay.
When you do
Okay.
a multiple choice listening task, all right?
Okay.
So I don't know if you have, when I imagine that you've done it because obviously you are a student.
Yeah. Okay. Let me read
And
that. Okay, keep going.
okay, I was gonna say, like whenever you have a multiple choice exercise, all right?
Yeah.
Anytime you have a multiple choice exercise with a listening task, normally you need to read the questions and options carefully. This is the first thing that you need to do. I know obviously it has to do with comprehension, because in the patients we may have depends the outcomes you might have as being evaluated, or maybe somebody an evaluator for and the standardized test or whatever. So you always need, I know that this is something you already know, but just a reminder,
Okay.
pretty much. You need to read the questions and options carefully before you listen for the first time. Just be careful when you try to read something, or when you listen. You may not be able to understand something. Just close your eyes, and even you do not know a word, or maybe you did not understand something, you are not familiarized with a term. So what you're going to do is to
Yes,
follow listen the rest of the context, and probably from there you will draw your own conclusions and will get the meaning of what you're trying to interpret.
Good.
Understood?
Understand. Yeah. Okay. Understand already.
Okay, perfect. So let's continue. I'm so happy to know that you understand this exam strategy. That is going to help you a lot. Okay, so listen carefully. So as you already read this audio previously, we have a multiple choice exercise, and you already understand what to do in this particular case when it comes to a multiple choice exercise. Listen
Lesson
carefully.
2C, Exercise 5.
Poppy Day is the day when people in Britain and country in 2 world wars and later conflicts. It's on the 11th of November every year because World War I 1918. Every year at exactly 11 o'clock in the morning, there is a 2-minute silence. This tradition began in 1919, 1 year after the end of World War I, when there was a 2-minute silence to stop what they were doing and remember the people who had died. This is how one British newspaper described the event.
At exactly 11 other vehicles stopped. Everyone stood very still. The silence became deeper. It spread over the whole city. It was the spirit of memory.
John Mccrae was a Canadian doctor who fought as an officer in World War I. He saw terrible things during that time. There were sometimes hundreds of casualties in one day. Thousands and thousands of young soldiers fought and died in the muddy, wet fields. In those same muddy fields, red flowers grew, poppies. Mccrae imagined that the poppies were growing there to mark the places where young men had died. He found the sight of the poppies very moving and wrote a poem about them. In the poem, we hear the dead soldiers speak. It builds the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. John Mccrae died in battle in 1918. An American woman called Moira Michael read his poem and bought some poppies. She wore one of them and sold the others. She gave the money to ex-soldiers in the United States. Other people copied the idea. They made poppies out of the families of soldiers who had died. Selling poppies became a tradition which spread from country to country. Today, when people buy and wear poppies, they are remembering all the soldiers who fought and died in World War I between 1914 and 1918, and in later wars. And although World War I happened about 100 years ago, people do still remember. In the UK alone, about 40 million poppies are sold each year.
Okay. Time to reply these questions, to answer this question. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let me just move this on top. Okay, let's see. On 11th November, people remember A, soldiers who have died since 1919, soldiers who have died in all major conflicts since the start of World War I, soldiers who have died in the two world wars, soldiers who have died between 1914 and 1918. What is the best
Wait.
answer?
Wait.
Okay.
Soldier who have died in all
Let's check
major
your answer.
conflicts.
B, that's right. According to the British newspaper, the first 2 minutes silence in London, A, finished at exactly 11 o'clock, caused vehicles to stop, but not pedestrians. C, only involve a few people in the center of a city, took place over the entire city.
Cause vehicles to stop when pedestrians. B.
Okay,
So
that's
B.
yeah. Okay, on we got number 3. I think you got the answer already. You already got the answer. Okay, John Mccrae was a Belgian officer
Can I
yeah.
keep going? Yeah, keep going.
Okay,
Keep going.
so
Keep
I
going.
tell you, a Belgian, John Mccrae was a Belgian officer who died before the end of World War One. A Canadian doctor and officer who wrote a point about puppies. C, a John soldier who survived the war, but never forgot those who had died. D, a Canadian doctor who went back to Belgium after the war and planted poppies.
B. 3B. A Canadian doctor, an officer who wrote a poem about puppies.
Okay, number 4. The tradition of selling poppies to help ex-soldier and their families began A, in the UK, but soon spread around the world. B, in the UK, the USA, and other countries at the same time. C, with women's actions. Or D, soon after World War One, but stopped later.
With one woman's actions.
Here is the answer. With one woman's action. That is totally correct. Okay, so let me ask you something. Look at the days and answer these questions. What is celebrated on, let me ask you something. What events do these dates commemorate? In which countries are they important?
Okay, first May International Worker Day or May Day. It commemorates in the historic strange struggle of working people throughout the world, and it is a national holiday in more than 80 countries. 4th July in American Independence Day. It commemorates the day on which Americans declared their independence from Great Britain in 1776. 14th July in Pastel Day in France, or French National Day. It commemorates the storming of Pastel, the fortress or prison during the French Revolution in 1789.
Okay, perfect. So very good. So Nyan, look at there. So what I want you to do was a homework, and that'll be a project. All right. I'm now gonna give you this one for this class. I'm gonna give you this especially for the next one, because I know you have a lot of things, maybe at the school,
Yeah.
and I don't want to make your life more stressful, but easier. Okay.
Okay.
So just for the next one, I'm gonna write to you the homework. So the one I told you that is gonna be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
So look at this. So you're gonna write a fat file about an important date, anything very important you may know. For example, in your country, Vietnam, or in any other country, whatever you want. All right. You can use one of these dates from the exercise 6 or your own ideas. You can include the following information. So chat, what is it?
Okay.
When is it? Why that date? What happens? What event happens by that time? And when did it start? All right. So just now, let me share to you
Okay.
this along with the home. That is a project. If you want, it's up to you. You send me on a PowerPoint, just in a paper, however you want it. I mean,
Okay.
document. Oh, Zalo is not open over here. Give me a second.
Oh, I screenshot the homework already. You don't need to send me in Zalo. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Then yeah, that's pretty much it. Can you tell me what did we learn?
Goodbye.
Can you tell me what did we learn
Okay.
today in the class?
We learn about the culture. Remember to the past.
That is correct. So thank you very much for your time in the class. See you tomorrow and study as much
Bye.
as you can. Goodbye again. See you.
Bye.
Bye.